Well, we're going to try to move this car out of here for the first time since I drove it off the trailer and brought it down here. That's been a long time ago. I haven't had time to work on it in a long time. It's been a long time. I've been working on the other customer cars. And I got a 2x6 nailed to my front of my shop because it was flooding because of all these rains and stuff. I'm going to try to drive over that 2x6. I don't know if I'm going to be successful or not. And I don't know how good the brakes are. Hell, you think we're going to be successful? We're down there. I don't know. We're going to try it anyway. That's if it'll still run. Ain't got no seat neither. Ain't got no window crank neither. Let's see here. There's just a window crank. Alright. Get these tools out of here. We ain't got no exhaust, because I can't get in there to the left right now. But soon we'll have exhaust. Alright, let's try it.
Two hours later.
It did move, but it's not shifting. It's staying in first gear, so I gotta go up there and try to figure out what's going on with that. Take y'all with me. Yep, it's staying in first gear. You can shift it up to second, but when you go into drive, it's like it just goes into neutral, so that kind of worries me. It's burning stuff off the manifolds too. Smoky. Never drove it that far. I drove it about a quarter mile down the road and come back in second gear. What, Colton? He went to get your brother. So I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. Ugh. And she's smoky. Bear with me, fellas. I'm trying to do this with one hand. I really wish I could work on this car. I don't have time to do anything to this car. I'm thinking that the modular valve's not doing anything. It's either not hooked up or... I see the hose. Where's the hose going? It's zip tied. What's it zip tied for? Oh no, it ain't hooked to nothing. What in the world? It's got a zip tie on it right there. Why would they do that? Let me put y'all down for a minute. Here's the hose for the modular valve for the transmission to shift. But I don't see a port anywhere. They had to have this thing hooked up before, right? There's no ports on the carburetor. None on the intake. Dang, that sucks. There's one great old big one on the back of the... Huh. Well, there's this great old big one right here, which would have been for like power brakes. But I need one now for transmission to shift. Now here's one. I wonder if this is live vacuum. I bet it is. I'll crank it up. We'll see if this is live vacuum right here. See that? Hopefully it is. I don't know if my hose will reach over here though. Where'd it go? Nope, but I can bend that. I can bend that. If that's live vacuum, I can bend that metal line. Ain't no big deal. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this off. And if I can get that off, we can crank it back up and see if it's... I can't get to it on account of spark plug wires. Get this out of the way. There we go. That should be... What is that? Is that oil? Is that water or is that oil? It almost looks like oil. Why would there be oil in there? Oh man, is this sucking oil up through the PCV? It's got a baffle in it. I bet this thing is sucking oil up through the PCV. Well, that ain't gonna work. Well, let's fire it back up and see if we got live vacuum. I did take the old instrument cluster that I had and restored it. Well, I'm in the middle of taking two clusters and building one. So I took a gauge out of that one and put it into this one. And some lenses and some bows. I'm going to use a wiring harness off one on the other one. And I took the little metal deals off of that cluster. The plastic part. Put my new lenses in. So I think I'm to the point now. I got this cleaned up best I can get. It ain't perfect, but I think it'll work. I'm fixing to stick it back together. So I'm gonna bend that metal line around so I can hook that hose up to that live vacuum port, and we'll try it again. All right, so we're gonna count the shifts. Drive. There's 1-2 shift. There's drive. We got all 3 now. Cool. I can adjust that modular valve. It's coming in like a little bit too early, seems like. Brake light's on too. We'll get her back to the house. Alright guys, well, this is the first time me seeing it out of the garage, you know. I gotta say, it looks pretty cool. I would like the front end to come down about at least an inch and a half maybe. I kind of like the way the back's setting up. But it don't look too shabby. I kind of like the rough look it has right now. With the inboard Shelby lights. It's not too shabby. Where's the front end? I need to line the front end up. I was hoping that when I drove it, the front end would settle and it would squat and do its thing. And it did. I had the front end lined up, but it ain't no more. It's settled and out. I'm gonna have to adjust it again. It ain't no big thing. It ain't no big thing. I do that all the time. But it does everything it's supposed to do now. I had to idle it down. I thought I had everything set just right, but once you drive them and come back home, you always have to fine tune them. So time to start body working it, I guess, if I ever get a chance to, if I ever get time to. Well, this is just to keep my green glass where I put my studs in there, bolted them in, and then I put fiberglass on the bottom back side of this, and then I put this in place and I let it dry. This was just to keep the fiberglass off my quarter panel. Keep it clean. I can't believe that's still sitting there. After all I've drove it, it's still sitting there. But pretty cool little car. I kind of like the way it looks right now. Talking about going through town, it'd definitely be an eye magnet. That's for sure. I like them with paint, but man, paint is just too much trouble. It is too much trouble. I am going to paint this car, but I might drive around in primer or sealer for a while. Got all the bugs worked out. Me and little man actually did work on the brakes yesterday. It's got drum brakes on it right now. And they were sticking. Actually, they had locked plumb up and it wouldn't move. I tried to drive down the garage the other day. I'll show you. But the front end was locked plumb up. It would not move. It would not move. But like I said, I'm working on customers' cars. I'm trying to get them out of my shop. There's 2 Eleanors in there right now. I need to get them out. They need to leave. Got Impala. It's got to go. So I can't be working on my own stuff. But I needed to move that car out of the way. Because I wanted to put the Impala right here. Where I could finish it up right here. But you see this right here? That was me trying to move it the other day. And it wouldn't move. It was locked plumb up. The wheel cylinders was bad. They were leaking. And that don't take much time. I thought, shoot, I can spend 30 minutes on it. So I put some new wheel cylinders on it, cleaned the brake shoes up, checked everything good, and little man pumped the brakes up and adjusted them. So it's good to go now. I got a disc brake kit that I plan on putting on that car. I don't have time to fool with it right now. So right now it functions. It runs, drives, stops, does everything it's supposed to do. So I'm going to leave it the way it is right now. So that it can be moved around the property. But that's going to be it for this video. I know it wasn't much of a video, but it was fun for me. I got to drive my car down the road for the first time. I drove it over to my mom and dad's that first day I pulled it off the trailer, or that next day, but that didn't really count. It's just out of one driveway and into the other. But fellas, this thing is looking cool. I've almost got the stuff in the shop all finished up. The next big thing for me is I really want to do the exhaust. I like doing exhaust work. As you can tell, I didn't got no exhaust on it, but I got a new exhaust kit for it. Like a do-it-yourself kit. Of course, I'll be doing it from the manifolds all the way out the back. Because the Shelby's had the exhaust running through the rear valance. So I'm going to be doing mine the same way. Every car I do, I have to run the exhaust out the sides. I hate that. God, I hate that side exhaust on these Eleanors. It's garbage. If you've ever drove one, you're sitting in traffic. You're gas fumed. You're fumed out. It's terrible. Getting eaten by mosquitoes. That's going to be it for this video, guys. I know it wasn't much of a video, but I've been busy working on customers' cars. Hope you like it. Please subscribe. Till next time.